Live. I hope I have like a good internet connection. Okay, I think we are live. Welcome everybody back to another edition of Chairgatin. I'm your host Rattlesnake, coming at you live once again from the Snake Pit here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, joined by my co-host Dakota. What up,
What
Dakota?
up, baby? We're not in a hotel. We're back at the homeland. Oh man, it's been a minute. I think we've been busy. I've been traveling. You've been traveling. We had a little bit of NASCAR go on. The boys are back in town. We're talking New Hampshire. We're going to Nash Vegas. Let's get this thing going.
Let's do it.
What's up? It's Chairgatin coming at you live.
Hello, come right in. Rock, flag, and eagle.
What up?
Dude, you know what sucks also is when you like take a break from doing the pod.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so much slower about like getting the shit up. I still gotta tweet it.
God bless you, because I haven't been able to do any of that.
Yeah,
The last thing I've written in my book was the Coke 600.
Coke
I do
600,
so
oh,
good.
shit.
I do so good like through the year, because like when we're sitting here knocking out episodes, and then I you can tell when my work picks up or your work picks up. Like
903. Yep.
you can tell when we get. Damn it! Hey, Josh Berry, what up, Fred? Fred, where are you working out now? Are you still going to Tux?
Dakota's looking for a place. Planet Fitness ran him out for being racist.
So,
They saw his flag tattoo on his leg and they said, "Sir, we've
please
never
don't
had to
use
do
it
this in the history of Planet Fitness, but we have to revoke your membership."
I mean, bro.
And it was the T-Rex tattoo. Actually, it wasn't even the flag.
But dude, man, yeah, I was just sitting here looking like, God, I haven't rated races, I haven't made picks, and I was like, I guess instead of trying to like catch up, I'm like, we'll just pick up right here. I don't give a shit. And but man, I think we went to Iowa the other week. It was fun. I don't even feel like trying to catch up. Let's just jump straight into New Hampshire. I mean,
Back at Tux, by the way.
you're back at Tux. How are you? What are you, a millionaire? Damn, son. He upped them prices. I said, peace
Yeah, you're talking
out,
to
bro.
Dakota here, man. Come on, let's
Oh,
be
bro.
yes.
What's up, Pooh? Man, I don't know. Before racing, what you've been busy going to concerts, fucking
Yeah, dude.
the
I've
shit.
been going to some sweet concerts.
I've been
lately.
busy working my ass off and going to beaches.
Yeah, you were at a beach. What beach were you at?
I am tanner than a Mexican, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'm about to change my.
I mean, you
fucking
tan though. That's not fair.
Dude, I am so dark right now.
Yeah, you can get dark. You can get a lot darker than
I
me.
could apply for a scholarship.
Yeah, like when you look at my DNA,
you just
DNA
get really
results,
red.
Yeah, it just says sunscreen on my DNA results.
Apply
They're
vigorously.
just like way too far north, dude. You should not be this far south. Yeah. What beach were you at?
Well, first I went to Panama City to the
Panama
lady
City.
down there,
Sick.
raised some hell,
Yeah,
shut her down.
Right.
I was on like a 3-week bender. And then the other day I had to go down to South Georgia for work. So I ran down to Fernandina to the Atlantic. And dude, it was like red flags, 20-foot swells, and was like, do not go in the water. But I did go get a drink on the beach for lunch, and it was just super peaceful. I had a little alone time. Got to see some family.
That's cool, man. I live like 20 minutes from the beach, 15 minutes from the beach, and I don't know the last time I went.
God. Well, according to your story, I'll go like every week.
Well, my wife does. My wife and my child does. By the way, I'm drinking a Sweetwater.
Damn you.
Tropical High Hazy IPA.
Ooh, are those from Dago, or did you buy them?
No, just bought them at the gas station.
Oh, wow. Like, I bet Diamond Dave packaged that.
Yeah, exactly. So when I see Sweetwater around here, which we get like pretty frequently, to be fair, we're only like one state away. I always like to get it because they support us at Talladega, and I like to support my friends.
Diamond Dave got that raise, boy. He's like running the show there now.
Yeah, I know. It's big shit.
You go by there and see him. I passed by there the other day, and I was like, I could stop. I was trying not to drink that day, and like I have a problem. And
yeah,
I was driving by Sweetwater, and I was like, dude, it's like 11:30. I could stop there for lunch.
Sweats a little bit, you know, like
because they have really good food there. And I was like, sometimes I'll stop in and see Diamond Dave and eat lunch there. And he's always like, dude, come eat here, man. And but you know what that means. So
Right.
no, I'm not going by there because I know I'll drink a beer.
Yeah, of
And
course.
so I didn't, and I think I drove all the way home and ate lunch.
Okay.
Can't even remember.
That
But
was a very anticlimactic story. I'm just gonna let you know that.
I was
right now.
talking about fighting my addiction.
Thanks, man. We're here to
Oh, what
listen.
started so and drink tonight, but I was like, no, I'm not drinking during the week, and which I'll probably drink tomorrow. But I made coffee, and that's what I'm drinking instead. The only thing is, I'm like, I made a big cup of coffee, and I was like, yeah, that'll be good. And I'm like, halfway, I already need another cup.
Damn, dude.
Mug would
You're
have
like
sufficed.
breaking up.
No, oh really?
Yep.
Is it internet or is it microphone?
Internet.
I'll get all these bitches off the internet right
Hold
now.
on. Hold on. Let me do something. 1 second. Everybody wait. This is riveting podcasting.
Yeah, y'all are missing some really juicy, addictive personality stories.
I have to leave the door open for the internet. No, you're good. All right. And we're back. Hope
Did you have to
everybody's
go crack
enjoying
the
this.
whip?
I opened up my door. Sometimes that helps with my internet too. So anyway,
Yeah, hopefully it's not mine.
it's been a minute since we've been on here.
Yeah, I'm glad all my shit's up to code and working at least. I just made the whole house turn their Wi-Fi off, so maybe that'll help speed mine up as well. But dude, man, we went to New Hampshire, Xfinity and Cup, and if you didn't know it by now, but the time of Seabell is upon us.
Yeah, for sure.
We talked about it in the beginning of the year about the reckoning of wow, Seabell's actually pretty cool. That whole documentary
Yeah.
made him like
Netflix show.
yeah, he's like a badass. And then the clip we shared on Instagram where it was like he's like, why, would it be something if you won championship or if people doubted you? And he's like, wouldn't that be something?
Yeah.
Or whatever he said. It was
a
like
cool line. It was a
yeah.
cool line. You didn't do it as
Yeah.
cool. You didn't do it justice right there.
Whatever he said. Sorry. I'm not as cool as Seabell.
Right, clearly.
But
He
dude,
does look
I
a
don't
bit
know.
like a virgin though. That's
That
the
whole
one
thing. Well, he does have a wife.
Yeah, I
Hopefully.
know, but he has that look like a Mormon,
Yeah. Dude, if he like grew out some facial hair or
that's
like
the thing. If
got
he
a different haircut, maybe it's
yeah,
it's
a
the like
fade.
I wear Dockers haircut. I don't know. My dad's a lawyer.
Yeah. He needs some work on the image, but like skill wise, obviously he's there.
He's a dirt boy.
Sweet background in dirt. He's a lot of fun to watch on dirt.
Yeah,
If he
hell of
could
a driver.
go back to dirt track, that'd be sick.
He's like a Kyle Larson without a snapback. And he's not allowed to race dirt, I guess.
Sure.
Hmm?
He's a sprint car driver. So yeah, anyway, Seabell, sick. Really enjoying him. Jump on that bandwagon. Like we should do a buy or sell stocks segment of the show. Because I would say
off season. Ooh, off week. Maybe we'll have episodes during the off weeks. We could do like through or halfway through the season, buy or sell. Who like we'll bring up every driver. I'm selling.
Okay, hold on. I'm writing this down.
Yeah, write that down. Write that down.
Buy or sell stocks drivers. Okay, so I would buy Seabell hard, dude.
I'm hot on Seabell.
He has not peaked yet. He hasn't even begun to peak all over everybody, and he's hot right now.
So hot. Yeah, man. He sprung it to him.
So
I actually
thing, dude, he doesn't age. It's weird. Like
yeah. You think he's 23. He's like 30 or 28 or 9.
Episode. Yeah, that'd be cool.
That would be fun.
Gotta tame the collab episodes, man. We get like 12 people on there, and I'm just like sitting there quietly, like
yeah, I think like 4 to 6 is
I start texting, like I'm just like, what are we doing? Yeah, I think 4.
Or we could just do fast car. It's not like
that's true. That's true. They're the only ones in the chat. It's not like LTC comes around anymore.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on over there. I love them boys, but God, they are testy lately. A lot of hotheads in the LTC group right now. I think they're all about to eat each other. But dude, man, we went to New Hampshire, jumping into the race. I was optimistic. I think New Hampshire's come a long way the last couple of years. Used to always be a kind of like, I don't even care if I watch this. It's a snoozer race.
For sure.
Short snoozer. But the last couple of years, man, we've had some beating and banging, some comers and goers. I think it's been good racing, but this one had a little little spice to it. The wet weather tires were talked about all weekend. They brought them, and lo and behold, I think even half the drivers were like, "Yeah, they're calling this." You saw Charlotte a couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah, for sure. I think a lot of people were. I think most people were on board with them calling it.
Like, yeah, like Michael McDowell changed. Like he went and changed clothes.
Yeah. Although Junior tweeted, he was like, "Hold on" or something like that, and I was like,
Wait a goddamn minute.
Yeah.
But then it rained and the whole race flipped on its head, and it was like fucking Mario Kart. I was like, what? Like, this is fucking sick. I know it kind of got like, I mean, how legit is this? But you saw guys like rise to the occasion and going for it. And it made a little bit of calamity. Some guys lost it. Some guys lost it under caution.
Calamity, dude.
They were like 5 wide coming off a 2 one time. It was insane. And I think it broke through a barrier with NASCAR of like, we can do this. My whole life, that race would have been over. It'd been called. Tyler Reddick won. It's go home. But they got the whole racing. And my whole point to this is like, wow, they gave the fans what they paid for. And I appreciate that.
For sure.
Us being at hell a couple weeks ago. This is how flippy floppy NASCAR is a couple weeks ago, they could have gone back on the track.
Yeah.
And they elected not to.
Legitimately could have.
Like 4 weeks later, they race. I don't fucking get it.
Shorter track, I guess.
Yeah, wet weather tires. So, I mean, I guess, like, and that's what they're calling them, but the wet weather tires saved the day. They came through. Christopher Bell had, like, one of the best fucking cars. He won.
He did. That's the thing.
So that's the thing. If he'd wrecked and then, like, fucking, Chase Briscoe won or something, I'd be like, man, this was wild. But he still went out and spanked them on dry and wet tires. Had a couple guys take advantage of it, get up there. Had some good runs. The top 10 was crazy. Justin Haley was like racing for 5th. Barry and Briscoe battling. Michael McDowell sent it to the gallows. I thought that was spicy. I don't know, man. What did you think of the race?
I mean, I think it definitely helped that Seabell won. As long as it was a driver that was dominating all day, because my issue with the race, and I know we kind of had disagreement in the group chat about this, was that it was just kind of like a handful of cars for the entire day to watch, which isn't bad. And we're going to get into the race rating. Like when I was saying this stuff in the group chat, it wasn't me being like, oh, this race sucks. It was more like it's an average race. I didn't love it. But the fact that Seabell won definitely put it up a little bit of points, because if somebody that wasn't running up there all day and just happened to win because of this bullshit rain delay, that would have made it way worse, in my opinion. I would have been really pissed. I would have been like, well, this is fucking stupid. They should have just called it then back when it ended. So, I mean, I'll say that. I'll give it that for sure.
Yeah, man. I'm glad that. What up, Cody? Yeah,
he's a proud 2311 brother. He's very proud. He's really, really proud.
I'm like the Goss son at Thanksgiving. I'm like the Goss son at Thanksgiving dinner at the 2311 Thanksgiving dinner, where I'm like, leave me alone, don't talk to me. But I'm like part of the family.
I'm not supposed to be here, but
yeah, that's me.
I'm interested to see where Nathan lands. We should do draft like
Nathan. We picked your favorite driver.
I wonder if we could get Nathan on to do an episode about that, maybe with the Fast Car Boys, even like do an episode where we announce his, like in college football where they'll like pick up the hat.
Oh yeah, Nathan puts on.
I'm just saying that would be a fun little, even if he doesn't want to do a full episode, he could just try call in and put on a hat.
Are you ready to go to work, son?
I'm ready.
Oh man, yeah. Have his kids jumping in the background.
I still think he should choose Seabell. I don't know if he will, but
I don't even think he even like really considered it. We were like, why aren't you a Seabell fan? And he was
literally is Truex. So.
He was like, yeah, no, I don't know why I'm not a Seabell fan.
Yeah, he's Truex. I don't know.
He was on like, I do like Corey LaJoy, but he's making it hard. And I was like, yeah, no, that's a no.
Right.
We're choosing for you. We're all like, yeah, you root for Seabell now.
Yeah, I saw.
If I was him, I would totally be a Seabell fan.
I saw Ty Gibbs' name throw out there, and I was like, but then I was like, that
doesn't feel right.
It doesn't feel right. And
like Connor rooting for Ty Gibbs makes all the sense.
Yeah, exactly. That's cool. For Nathan, I'm just like, nah, I don't know if I feel it. I mean,
Cody rooting for Bubba makes total sense.
Seabell he's literally cheering for the same team. I mean, I don't, it just makes so much sense to me. They're so similar.
Young,
Much
got
of a
a
personality.
huge career
Super
ahead of him.
talented. Yeah, super talented.
Gonna
We
be
know
a
that
champion.
we know there's a championship coming.
Yeah.
Probably
this year even.
undervalued by fans. Like he is the future Martin Truex Jr.
Yeah.
That's
Except
my
he's
pitch
got
to
probably a top ride his whole career.
Yeah, for sure. That is a great point. But that's also like a good thing because that means you can really enjoy
Solid number too. 20.
Mhm.
Solid number.
Very solid number.
Font's iconic.
Yeah.
Everything
I
Seatbelt,
wouldn't
man.
hate
I just
rocking
would
the
love
hat.
it. And he's like he's getting out more since that documentary. I'd love to see him like get a little more pizzazz. Like, you know, him get a little more edgy.
But that's the thing. I think
That's not his
buying the
style.
buying that Seabell stock now is like a long-term investment because he's gonna have a super long career ahead of him. He's gonna stop having the baby face eventually. He's gonna be like a vet at some point
He's gonna be like a Matt Kenseth.
Where he's just like so dominant and so much better than everybody else and so much more experience. And that's
he's
when
always
you can
fast.
be like,
Week in and week
here's
out.
my old 20 merch. Like this is back when I started rocking, you know.
Yeah.
That's a long-term investment.
Buy it now. He's always got pretty cool paint schemes.
We're all forward together. That's right. 23-11. Seabell needs to step the merch game up though. Nothing stands out to me. I got to check out
I think
his
that's
merch
a
next
JGR
time.
thing. But Truex has sick gear. I think
Truex does is sick.
Yeah.
But Truex has sick paint schemes also. So he kind of two future Bubba fans on one podcast. He loved to see
talking about Nathan.
Okay, well, it's gonna age in this.
Oh God, yeah. I like Briscoe. Like, hey, you can come if you want, but nothing about Briscoe screams like I want to root for that guy.
Yeah,
and I guess we could jump. We'll do that on the news. After
you know who also you could buy like stock in now for long-term payout?
What?
Carson Hocevar,
dude. Now I think that's somebody like, yeah, he's driving at Spire, but I see him getting picked up when a season somewhere else.
Kind of like a Joey Logano.
Ooh, yeah. I don't know where it would be.
Because if he goes back to his old ways of driving, he's been very clean right now and kind of quiet. And he's been awesome on social media, which is cool. But his old style of driving, which he's notorious for, is just wrecking people. So if he starts doing that, I mean, he has a path like Joey Logano.
You know what kills me too is like they'll be like, "Oh, Spire's got a 5-year plan. They're gonna be something one day, just like Furnish Row was." And I was like, "Yeah, they've been saying that for like 5 or 7 years now."
How much do you hate seeing the same font too? Like, you know what I mean? On like the side, when it goes through the numbers, they have the exact same font.
Oh yeah. Both numbers.
It drives me crazy. I'm like, I know that you're trying to do like a uniform thing here, but I don't know. I just RFK does it better. You know,
I think Carson is a wheelman, and that's why that 77's been fast. Look at Ty Dillon in that car last year. Look at the Carson this year. But I totally see Carson putting on a show and getting picked up somewhere, and I'm here for it. I hope he does. I don't know where that would be though. Maybe a third RFK car. I don't know what his alliance. I don't think he really has an alliance to any manufacturers.
I don't know. I don't know enough.
Yeah, maybe. Well, I don't know.
He's done a lot of different styles of racing. He's been on dirt. Yeah. Like he's been in a lot of different kind of cars. Cool career ahead of him.
Yeah, I'd like to see how he ends up in a couple years. We'll get in some silly season news here in a minute.
Yeah, we went way off topic, but that was.
Dude, New Hampshire. Some guys had some good days. Some guys had some really bad days. It was a bad day to be a Kyle Busch fan.
Yeah, we should.
RIP. I said, Luna, don't look. Look away from TV. When it was the second time he spun, he said, Daddy, it's okay. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so sad. Like she was like she even was like, it is what it is. Like I'm over it.
I need to watch.
She was like, I'm over it. And then they flipped to him and he's on the wrecker. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on, dude?
Yeah.
Like, I think a couple weeks ago we were joking, like, man, he's having some bad luck. But that was like 4 weeks ago, and it has not ended. And I think he's finished 35th or worse, like 4 weeks in a row. And at this point, I'm like, no, he's a must win. Is the playoffs even a conversation anymore? Or is it more like, yo, this ship needs to stop sinking?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think he's a must win. Like that's a fact. But
yeah, but I don't even think race that's, like, do we tangible at this point. I don't think this is like they don't even need to be thinking about playoffs. They need to be thinking about like, hey, we need to finish top 30.
I mean, everybody should be thinking about playoffs just because of the win in your in situation, you know?
Yeah.
But
they'll be fast at Daytona, but goddamn the luck.
Here, I'll put it this way. I think he's as likely to make it into the playoffs as like I don't know, maybe
Bubba
even less
Wallace.
likely than like Michael McDowell.
Yeah. Michael McDowell is at least fast.
That's why I was like, I don't know. I could also see Michael McDowell.
I've
just
seen
like,
Michael McDowell racing for the lead more
knocking
in the
off.
last 4 weeks than I have Kyle Busch.
Yeah.
And even when a couple races he was running like 4th, 5th, 10th, he had bad luck, wrecked, and fucked up. Thing is, we'll be sitting here talking about this, and he'll win Nashville. And we'll be like, oh, look,
Yeah.
high tides raise all ships.
That's
Like,
that's definitely a Kyle Busch move.
yeah, so I don't know, man. I don't know. I just think it's bad over there. And I don't even want to talk about your boy. Like, it's bad.
Yeah.
Kyle Busch
It's
wrecked 3
really
times
bad.
in this race, and Austin Dillon wrecked like twice.
So I have the
Or once.
I have the cup standings pulled up right now.
Oof.
And I went over and clicked the playoff picture tab, right? So it kind of shows me the where everyone's going to be in the playoffs. You know where Austin Dillon's name is on this list?
31st.
It's not on this list. This only goes to 30.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, I've
Like,
just
only
like
top 30 in points is eligible or something, right?
yeah. I mean, I've just given up completely, entirely. Like, there's no
Go teams.
point.
Yeah,
there's
I mean,
no
at what
in,
point?
like-
I mean, are you just going to ride this to the grave? Or?
Yeah. Like, I've already been like scouting future drivers. Obviously,
Yeah.
I'm like ready.
Just next year, like we're like first episode of Chairgatin comes back, and you just put a fucking like 11 hat on or something. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck?
Yeah, like I like when I'm talking about buying future stock in like Seabell or Carson, I'm also in the back of my head like these are drivers that I'm probably gonna start just becoming fans of.
Kyle Larson.
Well, it's just too late in the career and stuff. I can't like fully get into it. Otherwise, I would.
Yeah,
but...
I want to like the well.
And Larson's
I feel like
been
I'm at
racing-
least like early enough in the Reddick train. Like I think I grabbed at a good time.
Yeah.
Perfect. I didn't just like, oh yeah, I just a Kyle Larson fan now. He wins all the championships.
No, Reddick's been in the Cup Series way shorter than Larson. Like that's totally different. Larson's been in it like the same amount of time, I think, as Austin. So for me to just jump from like an active driver who I've been a fan of since before he was, a rookie in the Cup Series to just another dude that's been racing the same amount of time just feels weird.
Dude, that's what kills me is some of even our friends of the show is that how many friends that we know in the last 2 years became Denny Hamlin fans.
Yeah, and I told you I would never be.
Yeah, it's like,
and
dude, like it's one thing if you're like, I've been a Denny Hamlin fan since 08. I'm like, dude, hell yeah, man.
If you've been especially
you became a Denny fan in 2024, then I'm kind of like, dude, grow up.
Yeah, back when even if you became a Denny fan even like 5 years ago, I'll probably give you credit. But the past, like ever since like the podcast stuff, I'm just like, no, come on, you can't jump on that now. But that's what I'm talking about with Seabell or Carson. Those are dudes that you can kind of Noah, Ty Gibbs. These are all young drivers you can start to kind of pick. But yeah, I've given up on my driver. Like you don't really see me rocking his shit, do you?
Look at Nick's comment.
What up, Nick? College football. I literally said that.
I know.
I did a whole.
He just joined in the episode though and said the same thing.
Nick, come on.
No, that's cool.
Got to be a Larson fan from the
Dude,
exactly.
I loved him in that 42. When he was giving them hell in that 42 car, it was like the little engine that could, like the back marker, not even a back marker, but like the underdog taking it to the big teams. When he was waxing them in the 42.
To be fair, I do have a t-shirt, koozie, and I think a hat of Larson's from back then. So I do actually hold merch from back then. But that's just because like it was cheaper than a lot of drivers because Larson didn't have fans like he did back then. Like people, I think, forget that. You did not see like how much Target merch would you see?
Very rarely,
right? What like it wasn't hot.
So. I liked when he had that blue Credit One car.
I have some Credit One.
Hey boy, welcome to the big leagues.
I finally broke 100 in golf. Hey, there you go, man. I know we were talking about that. That's awesome.
Congratulations.
We're gonna be doing some golfing soon, right?
Hey, I golfed last weekend, and I finally the last month I haven't been playing good at all. Like I'm like, dude, fuck this fucking sport. And then I took a couple weeks off, or like 2 weeks off, and then I played Saturday morning, and I played pretty well. And I was like, I still got it.
I know you have a Target shirt, Andy. You're the guy that would.
Andy, you're the legitimate Larson fan.
I feel like Justin Haley and Carson Hovarsar would be good picks for. Yeah, Justin Haley's another pretty good one. Yeah, I got those new golf shoes coming in, by the way. So I'm gonna be
you ordered
those in. Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I'm broke.
Well, that was for Father's Day, and I got the pair, and they didn't fit right, so I sent them back.
Dude, I ordered that new driver, or I bought that new driver for my birthday, and then I literally like 2 weeks later, I'm like broke and like going to the beach, like fuck. And then I was like, I should never bought that fucking driver.
Yeah, we're gonna be cooking at home a lot while y'all are here.
That's fine. Golf, home cooking, beach.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing.
Sounds perfect.
Yeah, Kyle Busch. What's his future at RCR? Is his future at RCR?
What? People were like, "Oh, dude, he's gonna go back to JGR." I don't know who's smoking that crack pipe. And people were like, "Where does he go?" I'm like, "He stays in the 8. He retires in the 8. I don't see any other path that this happens." Clearly, he's not happy. No, clearly he's not happy. But you fix it. You don't just leave because things are bad. I think like, hey, we just got to.
Didn't he say he was like open to going to another?
Now he did while we were gone. He did insert foot of Bob asked him like, "Hey, so would you be curious of going back to Gibbs?" And he was like, "Anything's." He said, "Anything's possible." And it was like, "Whoa, what did he say?" He said, "I mean, I could go back to Hendricks if the opportunity was right." And it was like, "Yo, if I was Richard Childress, I'd be flipping the fuck out."
Yeah, for sure. I'd be like, "Hey, man, you can't say that."
Yeah.
Like we pay you a lot of money. Yeah. We pay you a lot of money to not say that. Shit.
Yeah.
So if you could
very discouraging.
That'd be sick. Well, the reports are that Richard Childress is not happy.
Yes, so we've heard.
As was reported.
Things are not good over there.
As was reported.
Yeah.
So yeah, things are hot as they should be though. I'm like about damn
I think it's time to like clean shop and let's plug in some new wires.
Yeah, any like low level employees that like do any like weirdly specific jobs, probably not necessary anymore. Yeah,
I said wrap them better.
I saw that. Yeah. RCR, man, step your shit up. I'm a huge fan, always will be, but get it together. Get it together. I don't know, man. What else? Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin. That happened.
Ooh, yeah. So they were getting after it. I didn't really buy into the like, ooh. I was more like, yeah, like two dogs racing hard for what they think's about to be the win. Like it was for second at the time, but like Denny's coming on tires, Larson or Reddick stayed out, like. It's about to rain. I thought the beating and banging was awesome. It really sparked this race up. Kind of like Atlanta last year. Remember how good they raced before it rained?
Yeah.
We were like, oh, shit.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of weird, too. So I was watching it, and obviously, I feel like people have already forgot, like, Denny did the exact same thing to Blaney, I think, like, a couple laps later, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they were beating and banging. Or like, just bumping elbows, taking their line away. Shit like that.
So I actually, and I like Larson, and I'm not a huge fan of Denny's. I didn't really see anything wrong with it. I just thought he is racing him like crazy hard, but like they're going for the win at this point.
Yeah,
because they know the rain's coming. I think maybe people were upset because they were like, well, it's not the end of the race, but it's like, well, it could have been at any point because the rain was coming.
And that, like most people assumed that they probably weren't going to go back racing.
Yeah. Did you see that sell? It looked like there was no way they were going racing.
Yeah, I was totally like, yeah, this thing's over. And it was like, but wait. And then a lot of talk was saying, a lot of things were saying that, why did they wait so long to go back racing? Like, because it kind of just blew right over. And it was like, so why didn't they just go right back out? Like, they kind of dried the track a little bit and then, like, slowly change the tires. And it was like, put them back on the track right now.
Yeah.
I didn't really care about. I was just kind of like, hey, I'm just glad they got on the track, period. There was a lot of yellows after the rain, but it was kind of fun, to be honest. I'm not like, let's wreck them all. But it was like watching guys fight the car and lose control was fun.
What I didn't love was somebody just making like, I'm trying to think of a good example too, because there was a handful of them of dudes just like driving like dumbasses,
Yeah,
and just
Noah
cutting
G,
through. Yeah, and you're like, what are you
Zelda
doing,
in
man?
there.
I know that it's like tough because the track's wet. I get it, but like drive more conservative. Like if I'm at a
Like,
local
still got to
track,
finish.
if I'm at a local track and I see this happening, I'm kind of like, well, yeah, these are amateur drivers, of course. This is the Cup Series. Like, I kind of
Yeah.
expect us to be able to go green for a little while. And then, more importantly, when that affects somebody else, and takes somebody else out and wrecks their day when they were just driving fine, like, that got annoying.
Yeah.
But, I mean, at the end of the day, what are you going to do? What I did like was the battles, because we
Yeah.
did still have some really fun battles.
And it was kind of cool watching the track like slowly dry.
Yeah, I was just gonna
as they're
say that,
racing
yeah.
and they were picking different lines.
Right. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Like, as you could visibly see the track drying and what lanes they could start to take more and more. That was a lot of fun. So there was definitely like, honestly, after the rain, it got more exciting. Like, honestly.
Another one thing that bothered me though is as they were racing to the rain, which most of the teams thought was going to rain out, some guys flipped the strategy, stayed out, took two
Right.
tires. That's how Larson got up there to begin with. That's why Reddick was in the lead. They stayed out, ran long, cautions. They were stretching fuel. They thought the rain out was going to be where they finished.
Right. Yep.
Well, then they come back and they're like, hey, everybody put rain tires on and you can all fill your cars back up. And I was like, whoa. Hold on a minute. Like, the race should resume as the rain tires is one thing. Like, hey, we're going to go race in the wet. Everybody's allowed to change their tires.
All new tires.
That's it.
But
like,
that evens you out too. So it's not, like.
Well, yeah, it does. But like, I get like, hey, the track's wet. That's the only way we can go back out.
Yeah, that's true.
So, like, as a safety, we're racing in the rain kind of thing.
Right.
But
right.
I think anything else, no adjustments, no fuel. We're going to go back green.
That's a great.
And then the race just resumes normally. But instead they let everybody make adjustments, fill all the cars up. So then all those guys that just like stayed out were like, oh, so I'm in the lead now.
Yeah.
It was like, yo, that's kind of shitty.
That's
and
pretty
hell,
shitty.
Tyler Reddick was the leader. And I was like, that's pretty shitty. Like, that's not fair. They
Right.
kind of just restarted the race, honestly. It was like 2 races.
Yeah. I agree with that for sure.
Yeah, it was kind of sucked. Like, judgment call. I don't know. And then
it was a bad call, but that's the thing, dude. NASCAR is getting so consistent with like bad calls lately.
Well,
it's crazy.
And then I commend them for trying, but God, who's making these rules up?
Right.
These LGBTQ kids on Instagram, like, I don't fucking
on
know.
Twitter, they're on Twitter, dude.
Yeah. So,
yeah, it's not good. They're making bad decisions.
They're just making it up on the fly.
Yeah.
And then I saw another thing talking about like how far we go with this with like NASCAR telling them you can only take these tires and you can't pit under green, and if the yellow comes out, y'all all have to come take tires. And it was kind of like, well, wait, what? And then it's like, you have to put the reins on. You can't put slicks on. Like, the track was pretty dry. Like, there were some grooves that were dry at the end of the race. It was like, if a team wants to put slicks on, why can't they put slicks on?
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Race at your own risk. Like, that's the way I saw it.
Yeah.
It's like, what if a guy put slicks on and all of a sudden he was flying through the field, and all of a sudden, like, other guys were like, shit, I should pit and put him on too. Or, I just feel like you could have spiced up the end of the race there. And
more than like could have spiced up the end of the race, just the fact that like racing's always going to be better if you let the teams have more strategy. The more
let them decide what they're going to do.
Yeah, the more like rules you're putting in front of them, the more strategy you're taking away from the race, which is like a huge aspect of entertainment of a race is the strategy. We don't sit there and watch a race for like 4 hours out of the day just because the cars are going in circles and one's faster than the other.
And a lot of people were talking about or bitching about no live pit stops, safety issue, pit roads wet, la-di-da. I get it. And everybody's like, we got to find a way where we can have live stops and it be safe. And Denny Hamlin was like, okay, so we dry pit road. Forget the track. Let the track be wet. We have wet tires. Dry pit road, and then we'll go racing. And it's like, all right, that's the idea. However, if like time management's not on your side. But then I was also like, slow down pit road speed. They don't have to go 60 mile an hour. Slow them down to 20 mile an hour, 10 mile an hour. Like, reset take one of the caution laps, come down to everybody, redo pit road speed, however they do that. Make pit road speed slow as hell. I know
That's
it
a
might
good
be
point.
awkward.
That is
Like,
a good
why
point.
can't they just go slower? Like, or another one was like the pit crews can't jump over the wall until the car stops in the box. See, you still might be unsafe if a car was peeling out of a box, gets loose, and kills a guy. But I just think like there's definitely options. Like we could explore this of like, hey, just slow the cars way down.
Yeah,
I
those
don't
are all
I don't
great
know what's
points.
wrong. Hey, if you're speeding, you're speeding. No, you got back in the field, whatever.
Yeah, totally agree with all those points.
But
too.
hey, they got that's the only thing I could commend, whether it was good or bad, is they got the whole race length in. They even went into overtime. So, I mean, kudos to them trying something new. I've been to 100 fucking rainouts, so it was just I was happy for the fans in New Hampshire.
Yeah, seriously, good for everybody that stayed too. That
Yeah,
I
look, a
mean,
lot of people cleared out, and I was kind of like, I bet they all thought it was over.
yeah, that's the thing. I don't really blame them, especially with like what NASCAR's been doing this
Known to do.
season, especially after Coke. Like, I'm sure they were like, well, I don't want to get screwed like them.
Yeah,
Like,
I
they
don't want to
just
stay here for
sat
2
there.
hours for them to call it.
Yeah. So, I don't blame them for doing it, but it sucks that for the people that didn't,
Yeah.
didn't wait it out.
Oh yeah, it looked like a fun time up there, though, man. I'll probably never ever go to New Hampshire, but it seems like it. I hear it gets rowdy up there.
I would
I hear
love to
it's
go,
a crazy
but yeah,
party. Yeah, but I'm not gonna.
realistically,
Yeah,
like,
it's not gonna happen.
yeah, New Hampshire, like, holy shit.
Yeah,
It's like a whole nother world, man.
I don't know. It's like the younger me was like, I want to go to every track before I die. Now I'm like, yeah, I might go to Martinsville once.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
I would like to go to Michigan.
But I mean, the track is getting better. That is good. Do you want to
Yeah.
rate it?
Yeah, I already wrote it down as we were talking earlier.
Did you?
And I know my opinion was a little better than yours because I liked what I saw. But actually this is gonna be my first rating in the 7s this season, at least of what I have written down. And I gave it a 7.7.
Really?
Just good old mediocre New Hampshire race. I gave it a little high, but I
That's
liked
pretty
what I
high,
saw.
dude.
Beating and banging, wrecks, guys having bad days. I don't know what you want more than you want.
No, that was like really high. I didn't rate it that high. I think it would have been better if I was there and got to watch it, got to watch more of the like mid-pack battles. Charles said there were some really fun ones, and I'm sure there were, but I was getting bored of just like looking at the same cars all day. I know I was asked what I liked better about last year's versus this year's because obviously we had that same issue with like Martin Truex Jr. I just felt like there was more like battles last year. Like they were trying different things. There was tighter pack racing. Because I went back and watched some highlights and I was like, I mean, that's a pretty good race. But anyway, I'm gonna give this one because I did rewatch it after we disagreed so much. And it was gonna be in the 5s,
Oh,
but after rewatching it, I'm bumping it up to a 6.2.
okay.
Yep, that's where I leave it. 6.2. And I gave it a little bit of credit for going back to finish it also.
That's around what you gave Richmond and Dover.
That's what I said the whole time. I was like,
All-Star.
this isn't me saying it's a bad race. I was just saying like
It was a fair race. That's kind of what I would give.
and also this is an improvement for New Hampshire.
Yeah.
I mean, I think if you looked at my ratings from like 2 years ago for New Hampshire, it was probably lower than this. So
Yeah. So speaking of New Hampshire, silly season news, we're getting leaks of next year's schedule.
yeah,
New Hampshire's back in the playoffs.
yeah.
That one I'm kind of like, okay, I guess like I'll take that over the Roval. But wait, I think the Roval's still in. And then not only are we adding New Hampshire, we're taking Homestead out. What is going on?
Yeah, that pissed
Take
me
it.
off when I heard that.
Watkins Glen out. They're getting their first playoff race this season, and it hasn't even happened yet, and they
Yeah.
just already lost their date.
I saw
What what is these damn lefty kids on the motherfucking internet running NASCAR? Dude, okay, what the hell? And then we're adding fucking Gateway. Like, Gateway doesn't do lickety shit for me. Like, I think I even said that on our episode. I was just kind of like, I'll watch it. We'll see what happens, but don't really care. Ryan Blaney ran out of gas on the last lap. Austin Cindric won. That was about the coolest thing that happened in that race. Our Kyle Busch and Kyle Larson wrecked each other. That was fun, but that race, why is that race in the playoffs? I guess I could see that a big market there.
That's what
or
I think they're
something.
thinking. Yeah.
The
Yeah, I
place
think
sold out, but I was like, how many people does it hold? Like, big. I guess it's a market they want to really get the playoffs in, but that's like 4 flat 1 mile ovals in
Yep.
the playoffs.
That's where I was about to go with that. That concerns me.
4 out of 10 races are like the same goddamn race.
What's this year? What's been the best race?
Kansas.
Okay. I thought you would say Atlanta, but
I loved Atlanta.
Yeah,
I gave Atlanta and Kansas. Well, I gave Kansas a 9.4 and Atlanta a 9.2.
Yeah, no, those both great. But both have banking.
Bristol was great too, but it was only because of tires.
Both have banking.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's just I think that I'm worried about this trend moving forward. I think.
Yeah. Why are we jumping on this mile oval thing right now?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't like necessarily the direction. Also, I saw something about Darlington Southern 500 date moving. Is that true?
Well, it's going back to normal. It's going to be the opening of the playoffs, like it's always been.
Okay.
This year, it's getting moved as the season finale because of the Olympics. This season's like just a one-off.
Well, no,
weird
it's been Labor Day weekend for the past
it's still Labor Day
years?
weekend, but now it's the season finale this year.
Wait, it's not Labor Day weekend this year?
No, it is Labor Day weekend. The season finale is on Labor Day weekend this year.
Oh, you're saying they're just changing the schedule.
The regular season schedule, they're changing it this year.
All right, so the race is staying on that date, though.
Yes, next year it'll be Labor Day weekend, and back as the first race of the playoffs.
Okay. Well, that's actually pretty sweet.
That's okay. Yeah, that's fine.
I don't mind that. Okay, good. I saw that and I got nervous. I was like, no.
They can't. No, they're not. I think they've realized that has to stay there.
It's my birthday weekend, dude. It's like that's like my tradition every single year. I've been doing it for like 7 years now, I think. It would. I mean, as long as when did they move it to Labor Day weekend? Shit, I don't know. I'm trying to think.
I'll say it was Labor Day, like when I was a kid.
Was it?
No, they used to have it. They used to have it. They did it in Atlanta a couple times. It was Labor Day weekend.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I
remember because I used to get pissed because it was a big national championship BMX race was Labor Day weekend in Kentucky, and they moved the Atlanta date to Labor Day weekend for like 2 or 3 years. So like I had to go to that BMX race, and I didn't get to go to the Atlanta race, and it always pissed me off.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah, like I'd get mad because I was like I have to go to this BMX race, and I can't go to Atlanta when the race is in town by my house. So it was always
I don't know. But anyway, I'm glad that's staying. Yeah, I don't know, man. Every decision NASCAR makes lately, it's like
they take 1 step forward and 2 back. It's
just
like
literally that's what I was going for.
Are we finishing each other's sentences?
Sandwiches?
Oh, yeah, man. I as much as I bleed NASCAR, they do piss me off. Piss me off like a woman that ain't cooked dinner when you get home.
Yeah. Well, that is NASCAR, right?
Yes.
Okay, what else? Is there any other news?
Yes. Martin Truex Jr. has announced that he is finally stepping away.
Have we not talked about that on this podcast?
No, we've been gone for 2 weeks.
Holy shit, dude. Okay, well, what's up, y'all?
Working all day.
I've seen him live, so I'm allowed to do this. This is not stolen valor.
Kudos to Martin Truex and his long-lived career. It's getting crazy now because as this goes on, more and more.
Do you think he'll be a Hall of Famer?
First round,
anyway,
first round ballot Hall of Famer. It's getting now to where these guys are retiring, and I remember watching them race in the Busch Series.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And it's getting weird where like it's not like I'm watching Darrell Waltrip retire. Like
right.
I'm watching guys I watched them start their rookie season, and now they're retiring, and I'm like, whoa. Like I remember watching him win as a rookie on TV.
Yeah.
Like I was there. I remember that.
Yeah, like I was driving a car, you know?
Yeah.
Like Like I
And now
wasn't
they're
like
retiring.
I wasn't like a little kid, like how you said. It wasn't like
Or
Darrell
like
Waltrip.
they raced when my dad was young or
Yeah,
something.
right. That
Like,
was different when I was like a little kid. It's now becoming where it was like, oh no, I was in high school when these dudes were like,
I was in 9th grade, Martin Truex's rookie year.
exactly. Like these were the
Whoa.
dudes driving when I was a teenager, when I was dating girls and like driving.
Yeah.
Like it's weird now. It's getting weird. Oh my god, he froze. Damn it, Dakota.
Was it me?
Damn it. Damn it. Well, I don't know. I'm just gonna blame you.
Yeah, because you lagged on my screen first, and I was like, "Oh no."
Ooh.
I don't really
Okay.
care.
I don't care.
But yeah, man, it's getting weird. Like I watched Carl Edwards be a rookie in the Truck Series. I watched Martin Truex be a rookie in the Busch
Mhm.
Series. I remember watching Martin Truex win Busch races at Talladega in 04. I was there. Like I
Yeah.
remember it. And
Yeah.
then now he's retiring from full-time cup racing. And then like they're talking about Brad's getting old, Denny. I remember Denny's rookie season. And it's just like when it's connections. Okay, yeah, thanks, guys.
That's what I'm talking about. Damn it, Dakota.
And we need a shirt.
Yep.
And it's always just like, what the fuck, dude? I don't know. I get so like, wow, my life's flashing before my eyes.
Yeah. No, for sure. It is weird now. That's what I've been thinking, right? I think it clicked in. I mean, obviously Jimmy Johnson, that was a big one because
Yeah,
I
I
was in high
remember.
school when
Yeah, what?
when he was winning his championships. I was in high school like that. But I mean, another big one was Kurt Busch.
Yeah,
That one it was a weird one, right? Where he got injured
yeah.
and just never came back. And that's when I started thinking about it. And I was like, oh shit, how much
Clint
more
Boyer.
guys? Yeah, I was like, how much more of them do we have left? You
Yeah.
know?
Well, then that was the one when Kevin retired. They're like he was the last driver to race in the Winston Cup
That's
Series.
true. Yeah,
And it was
that
like,
was crazy.
whoa. And yeah, it all just kind of starts hitting home where you're like, dude, I like that was my childhood, or like that was my life.
Is Denny though? Denny's the oldest, so
Now, yeah.
I'm trying to think of like who else is old.
I think
Who's
Brad
the next
Keselowski is like
oldest?
38, 39.
Oh my god, is Brad K the next oldest?
Yeah, but Brad's rookie season was 09.
Yeah,
Or
true.
no, 2010. He raced part-time in 09. Remember he raced the 09 car and won
Right, yeah.
Dega, all that. Like that was a part-time deal. He
Okay.
raced a couple races, but I think his rookie season with Penske was 2010. I think.
So my first year in college.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, it's just like the last of what we think is old. Like as they start trickling down, Kyle Busch and Joey Logano are going to be the old guys, and Austin Dillon, they're the old guys, and it's going to be like, what the fuck?
Well,
I guess Michael McDowell. How old is Michael McDowell? Goddamn.
But even Brad K being the old guy seems weird. You know, that's like,
and then like Ryan Newman left. We didn't like no one even he left and he didn't get the credit he deserved, which always bothered me. Him and Matt Kenseth. Because remember Matt Kenseth like 2 weeks before Homestead.
for sure,
like,
Matt Kenseth.
He did not get what he deserved. Because 2 weeks before Homestead, he was like, "Yeah, I don't think I'm coming back." And then he did some off with the Roush and
Newman didn't get what he deserved because he never lived up to what he was supposed to be after that one season. So he was around for a long time where he would just get one win a season for like years.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kenseth, that one I was like, whoa, come on, that's insane. He was going to be with Hendrick, but that didn't work out. It was 09 part-time, I remember, because I was a senior in high school. Yeah, right. Yeah. Our senior year of high school. That was the 09 season. Anyway, weird.
Yeah, man, it's like a full circle moment of just like, wow. I was thinking the other day, like I was looking at like kind of all my Kevin shit, and I was like, wow, I really need to organize this shit a little better and like make it nicer, like with all the shit I have. And then I was like, what am I gonna do with this shit when I'm like 55 years old?
Well, you're gonna be like the old dudes you meet now.
My
like
dad's got a bunch of old NASCAR stuff in his basement.
Yeah. And he just is like willing to get rid of it, and he just kind of like, I don't know, somebody that likes NASCAR and just kind of like gives you boxes of it at a time, and you're like, oh, cool. But in hindsight, he's just giving you his trash. He was like, I don't want to throw it out, but
Yeah. That's what I think. I was like, if I die, Felicia's stuck with all this shit.
yeah, that's a good point. Do you want to talk about Nashville? Is there anything to talk about?
Not really. If Nashville can please go to hell. They're still not letting coolers. They're still not letting you bring alcohol in, so they can rot in hell for eternity for all I care.
Yeah, I mean, we still sell those t-shirts for anybody that's interested. The come and take it t-shirts. We have a TeePublic site where we sell all of our t-shirts, and I feel like that was a pretty good one that we put out. Yeah, with the cooler. Yeah, we've been pretty anti-Nashville. You actually went one year, right? It was only 1 year.
I went the opening year, and it was a goddamn nightmare. It was fun, it was fun, but that was like the hottest goddamn race I've ever been at. And
yeah,
you couldn't bring in a cooler. Like, imagine that.
Yeah, that's crazy. Did you know going? Did you know going in?
Yeah, like they let you bring in bottles of water. And that was it. And then, but like you couldn't bring in like a whole bunch of shit. You could bring in like a bottle of water. And then I remember like I spent so much money at the beer cart thing buying beer from this chick.
Ugh.
And like they ran out of water. Like the whole place sold out of water like before halfway.
Yeah, I remember this.
And it was like 97 degrees and the race started like 1 o'clock.
It's gonna be a scorcher this weekend. Yeah, for sure, dude.
The race starts at what, like 3? Dude, it is gonna be like.
What's the weather been like?
If this race does, the only way this does is make it a night race. That's the only way this makes sense, and let people bring in whatever the fuck they want.
How's the weather been at where you're at? Because it's been hot and humid.
It's been hot as shit, and it's finally getting hot as shit. But I've been like preaching all year. It's usually this hot like at the end of May. But it's like I don't know. I think it's been a slow summer.
Oh no, I'm just talking. It's been way more humid.
Yeah, it's been humid as shit.
This year, like these past like 2 weeks. Ooh, man, the humidity's been crazy. So I don't know how it's been in Nashville,
hot as fuck.
I'm guessing in Nashville it's also hot.
Yeah, Monday or Sunday here is gonna be 92.
Yeah.
And it was the high today was 99.
Yeah, see, dude, today
it's been hot.
Today was brutal. Yeah. So that's gonna suck. I encourage everyone to not go to that stupid ass race. Just stop going. Stop going and demand cooler access. I mean, if everybody just like, I don't know, signed a petition and then stopped going, maybe they would change it.
That was the thing I said, yep, never come back to this goddamn place. And I think, where was I? I was at work. They call me every year for some reason. And I'm like, I went like 3 years ago, lady. They called me earlier this year and were like, hey, Nashville Super Speedway, how are you today? So I'm good. Like, oh, we're calling to see if you'd like to renew some tickets for our race this summer. I said, can I bring my cooler? And she was like, ooh, I'm not sure about that rule. Like she acted confused. She was like, no one's ever asked that. She was like,
that's their training. They're like, act dumb.
Yeah. She was like, you can go on our website and check in the track, recommendations or what you're allowed to bring in and stuff. And I was like, okay, well, if you find that out, call me back and I'll let you know. And she was like, oh, well, I mean, she's like, would you like to, you would be interested in tickets? I said, if I can't bring my cooler in that track, I'm never coming there again.
Good. Okay, good.
And she was like, okay, we'll keep that in mind. She was like, have a great rest of your day. I was like, yeah, you too. Thanks.
Good. Give them my number. Be like, hey, my buddy might be interested.
Yeah.
They'll call me and I'll say the same thing. I'll say, oh yeah, can I bring a cooler in?
Yeah. I said, if I can't bring my cooler, I'm never coming to your facility.
We need to do this to somebody. Next time you get a call, next year from them, when you get a call again, say, I'm not coming because of this cooler issue, but my buddy's interested. Here's his number. Why don't you give him a call? And then I'll do that. And then I'll say, I'm not interested because of the cooler issue, but here's my buddy's number. Why don't you give him a call? And then we'll just pass him along down the line. And then they'll get
here's complaints. Another buddy.
They'll get enough complaints.
Yeah, man, I fuck Nashville. I hope I have no expectations for the race. Like, I'll watch it, but I'm not like expecting a barn burner. I'm not expecting something crazy. Maybe it will be. NBC's been fucking hitting home runs with the broadcast.
True.
God bless them. So that'll at least be exciting. I don't know who to root for. I don't know who's going to be fast. Kind of feel like it's time for some guys to start kicking up the heat and get ready for these playoffs coming up and get some points. You want to make some picks?
I will say last year, Nashville, we get pretty high ratings. I gave it an 8.2, you gave it an 8.6. So
really?
Yeah.
That was the one Ross won, I think.
Yeah, that was. Back when Ross was fucking hot.
Yeah, so hot last summer.
He was so hot. Okay. What do you want me to start?
Yeah, take your underdog.
Okay, underdog. I will go Carson Hocevar. I was talking about him earlier.
Ooh, I like that pick, honestly.
Yeah.
You know who I'm gonna pick? He's been so hot right now. He's got a couple top 5 finishes back to back. Josh Berry in the 4 car.
Oh yeah,
let's go. Concrete
good
Josh.
Good pick. Okay, lock of the week. Oh, hold on. We have music. I'm putting up music. Hold on. What should I put on?
Oh, that's it.
Lock of the week.
Nashville lock of the week.
Ooh, Nashville. Lock of the week.
Nashville.
We should make this more like a radio show where we have like sound.
Zinger.
Oh my. Okay, my lock is gonna be Truex.
Ooh, I like that a lot, honestly. I like that.
I'm feeling it tonight,
I think what was it last year or the year before? No, it was the year before when Chase won and Truex and Kyle Busch were 1-2 and they pit and they restarted like fucking 18th and Chase Elliott just won. If you remember that one.
Yeah, right.
And speaking of that, no, I don't want to pick him. For some reason I feel like Toyotas are gonna be so hot. I'm gonna go. Damn. Do I do it? He's also been hot lately. He was hot on a track like this a couple weeks ago. I'm going the 12 car, Ryan Blaney.
Blaney. Yeah, that's a good one. Also, both the cars that we picked ran really well last weekend. So
yeah,
New Hampshire.
I'll take it.
That lo-fi beat was interesting. I liked that night driving one though. Might go back to that. Well, what else? Is that it? Is that it?
I'm trying to think any other news. Oh, Stuart Haas decided they're actually going to keep a car. Who gives a fuck? Fuck off. I don't. What are they doing?
Yeah, honestly.
We quit. We're selling all stock. Buy now. Actually, just kidding, guys. Hey, we're still cool,
We're
right?
back in business.
Yeah, under new management. Fuck off, dude. Fuck
yeah,
them.
I could care less.
Was it Haas factory team? Like, just go to hell. I don't care.
Yeah, at this point, there's like what 4 teams I care about.
Yeah,
Hendrick, Joe Gibbs, 2311, RFK,
Trackhouse,
and Trackhouse. I'll give Trackhouse 2. Yep, 5.
Which they kind of seem like they haven't even been in the light.
Like this year or the last, yeah.
Like, I mean, Suarez won that race, but like barely. Right. And
we saw
he hasn't been relevant since. Yeah, so it's kind of like I'm like usually, Ross was kind of always in the top 10, top 5s, like contending for wins every couple weeks. But like they seem like they've just been over there like playing ping pong.
Yeah, it's got to be equipment because I can't think of anything else.
It seems like Ross hasn't been fast since that Darlington race last spring.
Yes. I mean,
since he wrecked fucking half of Hendrick and Rick Hendrick was like, we're going to have a talk. That Trackhouse hasn't even been relevant.
I would say this year RFK is what Trackhouse was last year.
Ooh, yeah.
By stock.
I could totally see Brad being good here. Fucking Busher had some good runs. I'm ready for him to burn it back up. He needs a win.
I'd like to see Busher get a win.
Yeah, I want to see it.
Lock himself into the playoffs. He's in it now. He's battling to stay in. If he could lock himself in with a win, that'd be sick. Obviously, with those 2 just terrible misses. And I was saying at the time, I was like, why are we even worried? Like, Chris Buescher's been so hot. Like, I think he can race his way in. It's getting down to that time and it's getting tight. So I can understand how that would hurt, especially if he doesn't get in this year.
Yeah. But they've been running so well, like the speeds there. I think like they're okay. I'd be more worried about Alex Bowman, which he's been clicking off top 10s, but like they're out of the limelight as well. And we're winding down the road. I think there's 8 races left to the playoffs. They're gonna click off faster than you know it. We got off weeks coming up, but I think like that little bubble's gonna fucking heat up here soon, and we're gonna go to Daytona and Darlington to figure out who's going to the playoffs. I think it's gonna be a barn burner.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for everything coming up. Nashville, I think will be good. I think we're gonna have a good race.
The way we've been trending, they've all been pretty well since NBC took over, and
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
I'm feeling optimistic.
Yeah, and we should have a guest next week. Maybe the episode will be good. It'll be fun. Tune in. We'll fucking 4th of July next week. We'll be get our America on. That'll be fun.
Are we doing an episode next week?
Yeah, next Wednesday, the 3rd. Texted you all about it.
Oh.
Yeah, remember we had a whole conversation. We had like 2 conversations about it.
I might have to back out on that one. I just realized. All right.
We'll
Anyway, we'll keep y'all posted.
all right.
So, thanks for tuning in.
All right. Peace.
Peace.